Welcome back, folks. This is Joe with Steel Blade Woodworks, and this is going to be the last video of the G0441 3 horsepower Cyclone installation. This is going to be over the barrel portion of the Cyclone. So here you see that we have both the top portion and the bottom portion of the barrel. The top portion comes inside the bottom portion in installation, and this gives you the option here where you can use the top portion on top of the bottom portion, which will give you the full 55-gallon capacity. And if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. And this also allows you to bring the overall height of that dust collector down so that you can sneak under that 8-foot ceiling height. By doing this, you'll have to empty out your bag a lot quicker because you'll fill it up, but this allows you the option to get this bigger collector in a short ceiling height. So there I'm showing you the tube. It's a vacuum tube, which you'll see in the video, that creates a suction, and it keeps the bag pulled down into the bottom of the drum. So here we're going to start with the installation of the top portion of the barrel. Now I'm pointing at some holes that are punched into the both top and bottom part of the barrel, and those are for your latches that latch down that lid, that green lid that you see at the bottom right corner of your screen. So it's best if you can just line them up just for, so they'll be lined up. Once as we go through the video, you'll see that we'll have to cover the other holes that are not going to be used. And here we're going to use the clamp. It's a big steel clamp that goes around, or in the right there on that flange where the top portion and the bottom portion of the barrel meet. So pretty simple, just put it around there, put the bolt in, and tighten her up, and that'll secure both the bottom and top portion together. This doesn't take any type of gasket or anything in between. It's just that ring. In the video, I'm going to do a recap, and I'll put all the tools used and describe what was needed on this installation. And we're just going to tighten this up here. And another thing that I'll tell you is, if you're going to use a top portion, before you put that top portion on, go ahead and put your wheels on. It's a lot easier to get to the nuts to secure the casters. I didn't think about it here, and it's just you got to really reach in there now to try to get that nut on that bolt coming through on the bottom. So just a little advice there is, leave that off and go ahead and put your casters on before you put that top portion on. I was just being a little lazy and didn't want to take it off, and I realized that I should have done that first. So I'm finagling it with it here, and we're going to get those casters secured onto the bottom portion of that barrel. And it takes 4 casters, and it's just a lock washer and a nut on there. Pretty simple. I really didn't have to use backup because it kind of binds up in there on the bottom, so it's pretty easy. I'm going to continue putting these casters on this barrel. This barrel is pretty nice, pretty well made. I mean, it's heavy duty. It rolls around nicely once the casters are in, so it's going to be very convenient. Once it's full, you can just unlatch the lid and roll it out to the dumpster or whatever you want to do. Just makes it so much easier than having to try to carry a big old bag full of chips and dust. So that's a nice little addition onto this barrel that Grizzly thought of when they designed it. So we'll continue mounting these wheels on here. As you can see, the overall on this installation, it was fairly straightforward. There's some parts in the directions that you know you got to kind of read through them and figure out. It's not very tough, but not a whole lot of parts and that you're going to be overwhelmed. Anybody can do it. So here I started putting the latches on for the lid. That's what's going to hold the lid on to the top of the barrel. You can see one dangling there. Now, below each one of those on the bottom port, below the latches on the bottom portion of the barrel, there's some holes that are there, which those are, if you choose not to use the top portion, those latches will go mounted there. So what you do is, once you get these latches in, there's some extra nuts and bolts left. Go ahead and seal those holes up with those, but put the have the threads pointing to the outside of the barrel. That way it doesn't snag on your bag. Once it gets full, you'll rip your bag. So make sure the bolts are protruding to the outside, and put your nut on the outside. It'll just leave a smooth surface on the inside, so you won't get your bag snagged. Just a little advice there. Don't, you know, and they don't stick out very much where it's going to be a problem. The latches are adjustable. So once you put them on there, and as we go through the video, you'll see that you can adjust them to get a real good seal on that lid. And here's that seal. Just pretty much straightforward. It only goes on one way. That barrel has a kind of a little flange on the top portion, and that seal will go on in just one certain way, and it'll snap on in there pretty simple. Just go ahead and push it down in there all the way around, and then you'll use a knife to cut it. It's a little longer than what's needed, and make sure it's on there good so it'll seal up. I'm just making sure it's nice and seated on there. And I made the mistake. I figured out, oh, that's the wrong way. So I wanted to leave this in the video to show that it will go on, but you'll notice that what it does, it pushes that rubber gasket to the inside, and you know that it's not right because it's just not sitting on there right. So that was purposely done there just to show that it has its way to go on there. I tried the lid. This ring here goes in just like that. And what that does is that kind of keeps the bag off the corners or the bottom corners of the barrel, because there is a port in there that small gray hose will create a suction. So that's left in there. You put that in there to keep the bag off, so it won't get sucked into that port, and it creates a void down in there to keep that bag just stuck to the sides of the barrel, if you can visualize that. Here I'm putting the bag in and getting it all fixed up. I'm going to go ahead and next we'll put the lid on it, latch it down, adjust those latches. And here I'm putting that foam, I call it weather stripping, but on this machine there's grooves on every piece that takes this foam weather stripping. And that all that does is just going to create a seal when we put that 8-inch flex hose on there. That flex hose will connect from that lid to the Cyclone. So just, there's different sizes. There's 2 different sizes, and the groove pretty much dictates the size you're going to need. I got real critical and I was using calipers to make sure, because it's all in metric, so you don't need to do that. Those grooves are the size of that foam weather stripping. You can't make a mistake. Just make sure that you don't mess up, because they only provide just about enough to get this whole installation done. So just be careful with that. Just pretty straightforward there. Here I'm getting the clamp ready. We're going to go ahead and install that 8-inch flex hose to the top portion of the lid. And it's a little tricky to get it on there, but it'll once you get it going, it'll slip on there. And just slide it down as far as you can and get that clamp on there and tighten her up. Just kind of be careful as you're going over that weather stripping that you don't pull it off. But once you get it going, it goes on pretty easy. It'll slip over. And they got, I think there's there's probably about 5 clamps in this whole installation. 4. I ended up using more because I had to do a modification that you'll see. But we'll explain that in the overview of this installation. You'll see what we had to do just because of the way we mounted this Cyclone. Next, we'll be going over to the Cyclone after this and getting it mounted. So here's the Cyclone. Y'all seen up to this part. I didn't get the video portion of the magnetic switch installation. Rookie mistake, thought I was recording and I wasn't, and that happened a couple of times on this this whole installation. Just pretty straightforward. There's some bolt holes in there. You just line it up and mount it on there, and then you get you wire in your power. And I want to make a disclaimer: I am in no way affiliated with Grizzly and any of this. This is all bought with my own money. So here we go with some more of that foam weather stripping sealer, and we'll put a little bit underneath right here on this cone. And just make sure it's put in that groove well and stuck to that metal. Just if there's any kind of dust, make sure you clean it off and before you apply that so it doesn't come off. And I'm pretty sure down the road, well, you shouldn't really have to take these hoses off unless they get damaged. So should never be an issue once you get it on there the first time. You shouldn't really have to take these off unless you're going to move shop and have to take the whole Cyclone apart. So those should be there for the life of it. So it's just the same thing. Just get the weather stripping on there, trim it, and then slide that hose on there. Make sure you have your clamp on the hose first before you slide it in there. And just a little advice here: when you put this hose up, try to get it as slide it up as much as possible. And what that does is puts a little tension on there. So when you do let the clamps go on the lid, and I'm telling you there, what it does, it's kind of like gives it a little, it spring loads it. And when you loosen the clamps to take the barrel out, it'll kind of lift that lid up a little bit, and it just makes it easier. You don't have to fight with it. But that lid is pretty heavy, so you're not going to get very much spring action on that, because it's well made. I can tell you that. So just try to get it up as high as you can, just to give you a little spring action there. So when you ready to take that barrel out when it's full, you're not fighting it. And that's about it there. It's pretty straightforward. Here we're going to connect that that hose, that gray hose there, and that tube is protruding inside of that Cyclone, and what it does, it creates a vacuum when the machine's running, and that vacuum, of course, transfers through that hose, and it connects to the bottom of the barrel. You'll see in the next frame when we hook it to the barrel, and that just creates a vacuum to keep that bag sucked down into that barrel, so it's not flying everywhere or try to get sucked into the Cyclone itself. So the that tube was previously installed on the previous video. So I'm just hooking that hose up, and once you get it in there, just try to, if you're I like to try to keep everything nice and neat. So you'll see that once I finish tightening it there, that I'm going to run it behind that magnetic switch just to kind of get the hose out of the way, and try to get it toward the back of that machine, so when we hook it up to the barrel, it's kind of hidden somewhat. But you don't want to tighten it up too much, because you need to leave enough slack to slide that barrel up. And like I said, you can't, it's, I'm kind of contradicting myself, because the barrel's on casters, and once that hose is hooked up, you can't really take that barrel and roll it out of the shop. You almost have to take the bag out there. So you want to leave enough slack to get it out from underneath the Cyclone, unless you come up with a way, which I'm thinking is some sort of quick disconnect, to where you can just disconnect that hose quickly and just roll that whole barrel out, and you can roll it to the dumpster, whatnot, or just get it out of the shop, so you don't create so much dust as you're trying to get that bag out of there. But that's totally up to you. There, the hose is hooked up, and I'm going to slide it back up underneath the lid. Like I said, that doesn't create too much of a spring on that lid, but it helps a little bit. You just line her back up, put your clamps on, and you want to make sure those are pulling that lid down pretty good. You don't want to leave them loose. I'm going to put a zip tie here and get it all nice and cleaned up. And that's going to be about it here. There's some modifications that had to be done on this, just with the way that I installed this Cyclone, and you'll see that in the next frame there'll be a picture of the Cyclone completed. And I didn't get the video because then again I messed up, and we didn't get it videoed, but we had a little problem getting that filter. Took 3 times for Grizzly to get it here undamaged, and we got it. And when I installed it, I didn't get the video done properly. But the filter comes complete, and you just put the brackets on, and I had to mount it that way, and I'll cover it in the overview. But I hope y'all like this, and if y'all did, please subscribe or comment below. Let me know what you did and what you didn't. Thanks. Recording. Hello.